All right, guys, Sebastian with the Boxing Mob. I'm here with Joel Iriarte. Joel, how's it going?
Good, man. Just finished up a good training session today.
Coach Omar been putting you to work, huh?
Yeah, I come out, make a little bit of a commute, but it's all worth it, man. Coach Omar's super knowledgeable, and I just love training here and training with him.
That was going to be one of my questions, but I guess we'll just jump to it right now. So you're coming down all the way from Bakersfield, all the time to be training here at Matchroom Churchill.
Yeah, I come out, I commute from Bakersfield, California, all the way out here to Santa Monica. It's a little bit of a commute, traffic and everything, but it's worth it, man. There's not a lot of work out there, a lot of sparring and stuff, so I make sure to commute out here, and it makes it worth it. At the end of the day, when I go up in the ring, the sacrifice that we make, it pays off. So I'm more than happy to commute.
Of course, you gotta do what you gotta do, obviously,
sure.
improve and better yourself. So,
Yeah.
But long term, you think you'd maybe make the move out here to LA?
Yeah, I was born here in Woodland Hills, so I'd love it out here. I grew up a little bit out here. A couple of years we lived out here, but I would love to come back over here and that way I'm closer to the gym, I'm closer to sparring and everything.
What's the main difference you think between Bakersfield and LA, in your opinion?
The traffic, man.
Sucks over there, right?
The traffic is horrible. Just to get like 7 miles deep is like 40 minutes with traffic. So, over there you get from point A to point B, point to point of Bakersfield in like 15 minutes. So, yeah, I feel like that's the main difference.
Yeah, 100%. So, we've talked before, a couple things before about, your career in the ring, especially what's next, all that type of stuff. But I want to step back a little bit, right? I want to know Joel Iriarte for who he is, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, boxing being such an important part of your life and all that, I'm sure you had fighters that you looked up to, idolized. Who are some of those names that, you were always just a fan of growing up?
Yeah, growing up, Hispanic household, boxing is, is everything. So we growing up, I watched the old school fights, Salvador Sanchez, Finito Lopez, one of my favorites, my favorite fighter, Finito Lopez. Although he was a
slept on.
Yeah, he was slept on, and then he was a smaller weight class, so I understand. But just his style, everything, that was one of the fighters that I did take some of his, aspects into my, I put them into my technique, my boxing style, and just the Mexican fighters, Julio Cesar Chavez. I grew up watching Manny Pacquiao a lot too, so those were my favorite fighters growing up.
Yeah, those are guys who transcended the sport too.
Yeah, they make the difference, legends in different weight classes. So just watching them growing up is just I kind of looked up to their style and what they did in the sport of boxing.
100%. And growing up, even maybe now to this point of where you are in your career, were there any fighters that people compared you to?
Yeah. Well, growing up, I was compared to Finito for his jab, just that jab, that lengthy jab. My hooks to the body, my left hook was one of my favorite punches growing up. So Julio Cesar Chavez had a tremendous left hook to the body and up top. So that little double hook. So those are some of the fighters, and I just always try to make a style for myself, be lengthy, just have a different style, just separate myself from every fighter. Although I'm honored to be compared to some of the greatest fighters, but I'm always trying to just take different things to make my own style at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, 100%. You gotta take things from different people and improve on them, honestly, to build up your own style. Yeah. And I was telling my boy in there too. I was looking at that double hook. I was like, yeah, I get that. It's lights out. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dangerous thing. But what about now? Are there any active fighters today that you like watching and just draw your attention in general?
Yeah, I watch every fight. I like what's going on right now with Bud Crawford. I think he needs to be a little bit more active, but he's a tremendous fighter with a wide variety of tools. So he's one of the exciting fighters. Tank Davis, obviously, every time he has just
his personality too.
Yeah, personality. He's entertaining to watch. So those two guys are. Canelo he's controversial, but he's good. He's doing what he's supposed to in the sport, and that's something that that's pretty admirable.
You talked about obviously working with Coach Omar. You're 4 fights in as a pro. Gonna go 5 soon, obviously. I'm sure. And you're making adjustments going from amateurs to pro. I'm sure it's still a lot of new things you got to learn.
Yeah.
I see you working on some new stuff in here. What are some of the things that you're really focusing on now with Coach Omar as you progress through your pro career?
Yeah, just staying relaxed, being comfortable, being in control of every inch of my movements. It's just important to be in tune with your body, to be comfortable throwing your shots, whether it's to the body, to the head, distance, getting on the inside. Just little details. We always focus on bettering ourselves, bettering our style every day. He's just, adding to my toolbox. He's not changing my style. He's just adding it and improving on it. And that's what I really like about Coach Omar. He's, been in the sport with us, and he's coached a lot of great fighters. So, it's just we're working on. We're getting better. I feel like over time, since I became a professional, being confident in myself, getting in the ring, adapting to the smaller gloves, the smaller headgear. Obviously, my first fight, it was a little bit different, making that transition from amateur, but I feel like I'm more confident, I'm calm, I'm in control of all my shots, and that's what I'm working on so far.
And you mentioned that transition, you've been obviously so used to the amateur for so long, and now, maybe it's the no headgear, maybe it's lighter gloves, maybe it's the making weight, whatever it may be. What's been, so far, in your eyes, the biggest challenge as a pro from those things, and what's been the easiest?
Yeah, man, I'm one of those guys that, I let my work speak for myself, and just being in the media is what's been a little bit of a challenge, just because I keep my head down, I work hard, and I let my work speak for myself, and it's just hard to kind of just be a little bit of entertaining, have that charismatic, just express myself on camera, so out there they moving fast, doing those press conference interviews, the media stuff has just kind of been the difference in that, the learning process.
Oh, I can imagine all those annoying ass dudes pointing phones in your face.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good. It's good. I mean, it's good. I feel like people are more engaged. There's more exposure, so that's something that's important.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, you're building up a fan base, and obviously people see what you do in the ring, but when you really connect with the fans, it's them knowing who you are as a person, and you feel that relatability as a fan connecting to your favorite fighter. So it's good that you do that, and obviously you're going to continually improve with that too.
For sure, man. Representing Bakersfield and Sinaloa is my fan base, my core fan base is everything for me. So them kind of supporting me is makes it all worth it.
You've mentioned before, and I think it's a real big point for your career, especially that what makes you special, I think, is your versatility in terms of you're fighting at 140, 147. You can probably move up all the way to 175, I believe is what you told me at one point. Talk to people who really don't know about this game, this fight business. What's your walking weight like? And then also just the struggle of cutting weight and going to those lighter weights, and then being able to hopefully down the road move up in weight.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I walk around right now 157 just because I'm being so active. I want to be, just at a healthy weight. That way I could drop down to 147 is what I've been at. I can make 140, no problem. In the amateurs, I fought 138, 139. So for days, so I know I can go down and then just climb the ladder, man. For people who don't know, just being a world champion in multiple weight classes, builds legacy. It's something that not a lot of people do. They just stick to one weight class where they're comfortable at, and I'm comfortable being uncomfortable, man. So if I have to cut weight, if I have to go up, it's something that I want to do in order to prove that I'm, great in pound for pound. So that's something that I want to do.
100%. That's what makes you dangerous, really.
Yeah, no doubt.
And obviously, you're a couple weeks past your last fight. It was Boachuk Ortiz undercard. Any word as to when we can expect you back in the ring?
Yeah, I'll be back September 28th for. Is it? What's that?
Well, we're hoping it's September 28th.
Oh, it's not confirmed.
Tentative, yeah.
Tentative, yeah. So tentative. Ends of September, if not early October is what we're aiming for. That we could get a couple more fights before the year's over. Yeah, man, I'm excited. It's been a fast pace, but I'm feeling active. I love being active, man. It's just I feel like I'm working, I'm getting better on things, and I'm comfortable fighting, that frequently.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, obviously that the ball is in Golden Boy's court to obviously do that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But we know you're ready to go tomorrow.
I'm locked
needed,
in.
so.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the people to follow my journey and just hopefully support me and everything that I'm doing. I'm just a young kid. I feel like I'm just kind of trying to be a role model to everyone. It's a young generation, and
it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. I mean, it's a pressure, but it's a good thing. It makes me work harder, and it makes me it brings out the best in me. So that's something that I'm happy with.
Yeah, pressure builds diamonds.
Right.
And last, where can people follow that journey for those new ones tuning in, finding out about Joel Iriarte? Where can they follow you?
Yeah, Joel Iriarte _ on everything, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever, you name it. I have a website. They could go, support the website. You could buy merch or just subscribe. I have a news blast on emails that, I kind of just spread my day-to-day life, positivity, motivation and stuff like that, so they could follow my journey.
100%.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, appreciate you.
Appreciate you.